Alright, Jake, so what I thought I'd do is instead of trying to write it out in an email, I thought I'd send you a little video just to show you what you're doing and how you can correct it. So I'm in my basement. I've got one of my son's golf clubs. So I'm going to just show you some things. So when I was watching your video and you were showing me the difference between your little cupped wrist and how you were trying to super pronate your wrist, my thought process is you started getting the golf club in some really poor positions on the way back. So what I was watching, and if you watch your video, your hands were, the club head was getting behind your hands, okay, so you're actually adding a lever this way, all right, and then as you were taking up, you're adding another lever, so you're basically giving yourself almost like a Dustin Johnson kind of wrist action. What that'll cause is you're going to have to really hold on to it, because if you let it go, the toe of the club's going to get outside your hands, and you're going to come in with closed club face, and you'll hit big pull draws all day long. You know, your wrist position wasn't that bad, but in actual fact, I think your rotation on the way back needs to be more understood. Okay, so if I was doing it face on with you and you were understanding about how you turn, okay, let's think centers, okay, and dynamic center, all right, kind of like your belt buckle and your chest and your sternum. Now we're not going to try and leave that dead straight, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to rotate our left shoulder back, okay, and when it does that, okay, we turn, we feel this shoulder be a little steeper, the club's going to come up, so we're staying a little more centered. But when you're here, okay, the club's never going to get behind your left ankle. Okay, now what I mean by that is this, okay, is if I was standing here and you see where my left leg is, all right, as I make this move, okay, the club head never gets behind my hands. It always stays outside my hands, okay, and then you rotate. As you notice, when you rotate it up, okay, it's the right wrist setting the golf club. Now, great way to do this are one-handed drills, okay. What you do is you take your grip with your right hand, all right, and take a look and make sure that the grip's in the right spot, okay, so that your V, okay, here is pointing to your left ear, okay. So the V in your right hand. Then take your left hand, okay, and overlap your right this way, okay. So your left hand's just kind of hanging on, okay, you're not in your regular grip, you're just holding it over here. And then what you want to do is make some swings in a mirror, say the camera's the mirror, and as you take it back, okay, you're feeling your chest, take the club back, okay, and the club gets nice and light, and you work on setting it to about here, alright, just about chest height. But as you notice when I do that, the club head stays outside my hands and hinges up. I'm not trying to do this. See that? When you start doing that, you'll see it in your video if you slow it down. Your right arm moves away from your body this way, the club gets inside, and yes, you're getting to what your desired result is, but in actual fact, what you're doing is causing more problems by doing this. So we want to keep the club head outside of our hands as the club goes back, okay, and then work on setting it here. So it's kind of like the club head and the arms work together to get the club to about this point, alright? Now if you notice, that's somewhat flat. You don't want to be in this position because your club face will be open, but you're somewhat flat there, okay? If you notice you're staying centered, that's great, okay? Just a nice, easy way to work on one-handed swings and understand how your right hand hinges in the golf swing. Okay? Try that. Let me know how it works. Thanks, bud.